Back. Hello, Irma Kaye Sawyer, Cosmic Weather. We moved it over from Cosmic Weather to this page because Mr. Mercury wasn't being nice. So, is anybody here? Hello? Here we go. Hello? When I see, okay, here we go. Okay, we're adding her. Okay, tried to add you. Oh my God!
Hi! Yay! We did it!
Okay, you're a little quiet. I'm going to turn you up. Hold on a minute. We got to be able to hear you. Okay. Those are some vibes.
Yay! Irma, perseverance!
Yay! They're like, go to that page. I'm like, okay. We got. Take 1 second and put Miss Penny in the chair. And
of course.
Hi, Miss introduce Penny. Our very special guest. So just bear with me.
Good morning, ladies. Happy Lionsgate 8/8 peak of the Syrian Stargate.
It's serious with it's SE, right? Serious.
Yeah, totally. They are serious today.
They are. Today it's pretty serious. Okay. Morning. We made it.
Good morning.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, Shannon Murray, what can I say? Always an honor to have her on the Cosmic Couch. I with this. She's that and so much more. Cheers. Ice brew.
Cheers.
I got my ice brew going. That's right. So just to let you guys know, like I said before, just to reiterate, I'll have to go back and read the comments on here because if they're longer than just a couple of words, we are not tempting Mr. Mercury at this point. We're not going there. I do know when I try to read them and you click more, it can interrupt the broadcast. So I am going to go back and read the read the feed, read the thread, and we'll respond at that time. Okay. So all right. Thank you for being. God, we got a lot of people here today. Thank you so much. Yay! Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, you got to bear with me. I didn't get a lot of rest last night. Yeah. It's been.
Oh no.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. What can we say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some serious stuff happening out there in the cosmic weather.
I mean, all these retrogrades and the eclipse season, and so yeah, let's get into that a little bit. First of all, I was starting to talk about it on the other tape, or other recording. What is Lionsgate? Lionsgate happens once a year, right, when the sun is in the constellation of Leo, and it's making that connection with Sirius, the star Sirius, right? And the beings that are associated with Sirius are the lion beings who have been talking to me for as many years as I started researching the Lionsgate, which I think is this is my 5th or 6th year. So as you guys know, I've been most of you guys know anyway, I've been a channel since 1996. I mostly angelic energies. In 2007, I started speaking to the keepers. And then I would say probably, what would that be? 2011 or 12. These Syrian lion beings started speaking to me. And at first it just was a little tiny bit. It was personal stuff, but I got a lot of information, this year, and it's at the Cosmic Love and Wisdom page. Some of it's on this page that you're on right now, but I will repost that link so everybody can go over there. I'm getting so much information. Hi, Johanna. I'm getting so much information from them that I think it's going to be a chapter in the new book.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Shannon said something about that. You know, she does that. Anyway. I don't even remember saying that.
It happens.
She just kind of does that. It just kind of flies out of her head. So hi, thanks for being here, everybody. People are saying it keeps freezing. Yeah, I think that's the thing with when you do stuff in Mercury retrograde. But speaking of that, someone told me it kept freezing, but can someone let me know if they can see and hear us okay? Could someone comment? That would be helpful. I can see Shannon and hear her fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
we're getting thumbs up. Hello. Hi, Amanda. Wow, everybody's here today.
Yay!
It's not freezing there. Okay, so just so you know, people might have weirdness on their individual devices, okay? And then there will be a replay so you can go back. Thank you so much for bearing with us. I'm glad this worked out. So what else can we tell you? Right now, I guess I don't have to tell you the energies are like, woo, off the chain, right? Pretty
Yes.
off the chain. Thanks for letting me know, everybody, that's not freezing. So we've got all of these planetary retrogrades. We're sandwiched, you know, we got the eclipse sandwich going on. Our next eclipse is coming up on Saturday. Shannon's going to be talking about the new moon eclipse because this is really her area. You guys are in for such a treat. Shannon is so incredibly knowledgeable. She's a wizard. She's the wizardess. Like her knowledge base completely blows me away. So, well, really, it's true. And we're
Thank you.
Absolutely. And we're just so blessed to have you and your wizardry with us. If you can teach astrology at Hogwarts, Shannon.
Oh my God! When I put on my glasses, I look like Professor Trelawney with my hair is like this, and I have glasses
I love her.
underneath.
Isn't she great?
I look just like her. It's so funny. She's my next Halloween costume.
God, that would be the best costume.
Robert Plant or Professor Trelawney.
That's perfect. And then carrying around the crystal ball. Right?
Yes. And going, the Grim.
I have to say a lot of really bizarre, arcane things to people that don't make any sense. And then
carrying around some tea leaves and stuff.
Sprinkle tea leaves all over everybody. Oh my God.
Yeah. Be hilarious.
This is how it always is when Shannon's on the cosmic couch. And no, we are not on substances. We're
we're just from the planet Champagne. You know, it's just bubbles and laughter all the time.
It's bubbly. It's super bubbly and fun. And this is perfect because Leo season, of course, is perfect for champagne. It's perfect for celebrating and having a good time. So before I turn it over to our very special guest, what else can I tell you? The Lionsgate is all about sovereignty. You may be having some things coming up. You think? just a guess. There may be things coming up that have to do laughing your ass off. I know. We get like that. She affects me like that. Champagne Planet like that. They're like bubbles. They go right to your head. It's so cool. Anyway, we were talking about sovereignty and things that can impede that. What is impeding your personal sovereignty as a human being? This may be showing up in subtle or not so subtle ways. Yesterday, the first day of Uranus retrograde, I had a very kind of bizarre experience. And I was just and I was determined, it was kind of unpleasant too, but I was determined to get to the bottom of what it was. I'm very grateful. I have a wonderful group of sisters and, women in my life I can bounce things off of. And what's great about it, I have a post there about, it's about how I read and things about bringing information through. And basically the bottom line is I'm not for everybody. You're not for everybody. We have our people, right? And so for me, this was a really good opportunity to clarify who are my people. Those are the people that, or I should say people that are open to hear what I'm presenting, right? People that are open to hear it. People that are doing the work. Basically, I've always said, Pluto and Virgo generation, straight no chaser.
I love that.
Fluffy stuff. I'll laugh with you, no doubt. But I'm not gonna, put it in a whole bunch of pink bubble wrap and make it a little more palatable. Sometimes the truth is unpleasant, and sometimes we have to hear it, right? So That was a good example. I'm sharing that. Oh, we love you too, Jennifer. You are our people. Absolutely.
Totally.
We love everybody on this thread today. My gosh, I feel so incredibly blessed. Like, look at all these amazing people that are with us today. Wow.
Yeah, even Lama Lakpa joined us. That's so cool.
Who's here?
Yeah, I just saw him. He just popped on. He's watching.
Thank you so much. We're so honored by your presence. Namaste. So I was talking about how this is good. I can get back to my train of thought. That's good. Yeah, coffee helps. It helps. So basically, we're talking about sovereignty. What does that mean? You are a sovereign unto yourself, right? The great I am that is you doesn't kowtow to anybody. It knows what's going on. It's connected to source. It has a vertical connection to source. So these beings that are around the planet more in Lionsgate, this is one of the gifts that they give us. They give us this wonderful energetic transmission that is like flowing like big time this year. I asked them why it was so strong, and they said that this year is very, and also why there's so much anger coming up. And I know that like not just kind of collective, and we've got these fires going, which are was picking up on the anger associated with the fires here in California. And I was getting that, yes, it has to do with Mars retrograde, which has to do with anger, as you know, Shannon. But it also has to do with clearing, right? We're clearing this stuff because we don't need to be taking this stuff where we're going. And talking a little bit about where we're going, they reminded me of the Superior Conjunction in 2020, which is the Sun-Jupiter conjunction, which is in December. And that,
wow.
I know, I forgot all about it. That will be, they have a theory that that's what the Star of Bethlehem was in the sky. That was because that.
So Christ consciousness getting born again, like in all of us.
Absolutely, return to Christ consciousness. Absolutely, it's very major stuff. And you know, a superior conjunction, they're not totally rare. I mean, they do happen. I don't know the actual. We should maybe look into that and see how often they happen. But it's not like, oh, every couple of years you get one of these or.
Right. We're like, superior conjunction.
I know, here it is. We're so over it. Here it is again. So yeah, this is something that we're being prepared for. And talking about these stargates, you know, I kind of, not that I'm an expert, but I do know a little bit about them just because I've been studying them for a while. There's 3 periods in the year that are of special interest to people who identify as empaths, light workers, starseeds, etc. Besides the Lionsgate, which you're soaking in right now, thank you. No, actually, Kat Marie, the Superior Conjunction is in December of 2020. And there's a lot of really powerful astrology happening in 2020 that's even beyond the Sun, Jupiter. So a lot of what we're doing and clearing collectively is preparing humanity for 2020. Okay. Because there's just a lot of lower vibe stuff that is not going to fly, for lack of a better term.
It's kind of in the way. Like, let's, release that stuff.
So yeah, back to this. So the other 2 time periods are the Pleiadian lineup. You've probably seen these posts at Cosmic Weather. They occur when the sun is at 26 to 28 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio. So that is in May and November. So basically, we've got, these are the 3 kind of cosmic holidays, starseed holidays, Pleiadian lineups and the Lionsgate right now. Okay, so that's part of the reason why it's really important to, just to talk about these things and share what's going on with the energy. So how can you utilize these energies right now? Meditate, rest, pay attention to your dreams. This is a slowdown anyway with all of these retrograde planets. You've probably been following some of these posts, some of you at Cosmic Weather, where I've been talking about that. If it feels like you're, kind of walking through molasses in some areas, it's because there's a big slowdown going on. This is not permanent. Don't worry, it's not permanent. Really great uses of all this retrograde energy. It's very enlightening on a personal level. as a lot of people here are finding out. Like we know, technology maybe not so great with the Mercury retrograde, but that's thinking, you know.
But you can triumph.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of these longer retrogrades, Saturn and Pluto, for example, these are very much about house cleaning. These are retrogrades, right, that are very inward. You know, Pluto's about your personal power, your relationship with power. Saturn, it's a good time when it's retrograde to maybe work on, you know, disciplines. Like I've been working on changing my diet. I've been doing some work around that. And I've been making these little changes, and they've made there's a big difference just making little changes, you know, maybe just dropping the sugar, maybe just eating, you know, I'm eating more green food, more live food, you know, less processed junk, just these little things I'm doing. I've noticed a big difference. So that's a really good, you know, thing to do when you have retrogrades going on, is pay attention to what's working, what's not working, what needs to go, that kind of stuff. Okay. So that's what's going on. Another thing I was told by the line beings is that I shared a post on my wall about the unified field. This is something Uncle Al, as an Albert Einstein, turned us on to, about it. Basically, it's quantum mechanics is like way over my head. I am not a physicist. I'm not a scientist. I have no error in my chart. Kind of intuit, you know, everything. Thank you for mentioning the chakras, Lonnie. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So basically, you know, if you're interested in that, read the article on the unified field. Oh, I know. Thanks. Yeah, it was a good article. It was very concise. There was a lot of different sources on that. So what this does when we're in these energies is, what does this mean? This means more high vibrational cosmic energy is hitting the earth, plain and simple. Is everybody going to be, you know, rocking and rolling with this and having a great time with it? No, they're not. That doesn't mean that you can't, right? So people respond to these energies in different ways. So physically, what the chakras that this is always affected by, the chakras that are always involved are the third eye and the heart, because chakras are very important, you know, to the Syrian energy. That is what it's about, because it's about vision, it's about clear vision, and it's about love. So it's especially the heart and the upper heart, the higher heart, which the keepers have called kind of the eye of the whole cosmic computer, right? That chakra is very, very important. So, but I'm also getting, someone talked about the throat, and I call it kind of the cosmic hairball.
Especially for the cat energy.
I know, it's kind of like, ooh, yeah, she's good too. What does it mean? It means that that's clearing. And like I said, I'm going to be able to come back here and respond to some of these questions, but I did see that one. Thanks, Rhonda. So anything, you know, just breathe, let it go. And what is the throat about? It's about speaking your truth, right? This is a chakra that when we're playing small, along with the third chakra, these can be affected. So it makes sense. If you've had, you know, even in this life or lifetimes of not speaking your truth, or doing people pleasing or any of these other things that empaths especially are prone to do, then this is why that's up. Cosmic hairball. Without further ado, I want to let you guys know about Shannon. Shannon is an incredible astrologer. She has a page in a group called Lunar Ladies. I highly recommend it. At the end of this broadcast, I will post those links so you can check her out. We both also have subscriber groups, and I recommend hers. It has lots of wonderful, it's a very valuable group. There really is a lot of material that she presents with your membership. Okay. And then of course I have a group too, Cosmic Weather members. If you guys would like to be part of that, we both share information that's, you know, we share a lot of information to the general public, but then we also have information that's shared only to subscribers. And that's also our livelihood and how you support us. So we appreciate that. So I want to ask Shannon, and you could tell us, is I know today we've got the moon in Cancer, which I love. And that is a nice compatibility with Leo. You know, they're adjacent signs. So what can you tell us about the moon, like where we are now and the moon going into new moon eclipse?
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Irma. And thank you so much for welcoming me on the show, The Cosmic Couch, and sharing with the ladies who I am. And that's so awesome. I'm so happy to be here. So thank you. And I will never forget Cosmic Hairball. This is so awesome. Right? That's so awesome.
Not to be confused with the Cosmic Speedball.
Right, that's the superior conjunction, right? That's outside retrograde windows. Right, Virgo, straight no chaser, fluid Virgo, right?
Speedball going on right now. I got to tell you.
Well, today is actually, I love that the moon is in Cancer today on the Lionsgate, because we're peaking with the alignment of the Syrian Stargate that opens up with our sun and that great sun. But today is the balsamic phase of the lunar cycle of the super new moon in Cancer that started July 12th. So today the moon returns to Cancer, where it was in the last beginning of this lunar cycle in Cancer. So the name of this moon is the Keeper of Memories. It's the Keeper of Memories moon. So when you look up at the sky tonight, you'll see the moon as like this tiny little sliver, because she's just about to lose all her light and go into the dark phase, which is the new moon coming up on Saturday. So what you want to do during the balsamic phase is it's called Into the Embers. So you're looking at what's transpired since July 12th in your life under Cancer theme. So if you know your chart, look at your Cancer ruled house. Also look at the 4th house that Cancer rules in astrology. But it's about mother, maternal, caretaking, nurturing, being a protector, like a mama bear. And so when the moon is ruled by Cancer, so when Cancer and the moon are in the same sign, it's really like this old ancient keeper of time. Right. So now we're just like in this beautiful phase of what is this? What are our ancient memories? And so Irma was sharing with us with Leo and the Lionsgate and what's happening in the Lion Being's messages about personal sovereignty. So you want to go back in time to basically where Lilith is sitting opposite the moon. She just went into Aquarius, but she's been at 29 degrees Capricorn, so she's exactly opposite. And so she's the asteroid goddess of the Keeper of Time. She's the original Eve. She was way too wild and fierce and ferocious. They had to kick her out of the Bible and put Eve in her place. So we want to connect, we want to go beyond Eve. We want to go into Lilith energy, which is the wild feminine, unleashed, unbound. And in a lot of kind of archaeological type of understanding of that type of goddess, original ancient primordial goddess religion, is that she, that energy is the ruler of the universe, right? It's parthenogenetic, meaning that the goddess gave birth to herself and all the children. So she actually gave birth on her own to the masculine. And so in the Bible, unfortunately, they took the story and they reversed it. They said, oh, Adam was created and then Eve was created from his rib. And that's not exactly true. Really, it was the goddess created the masculine. When we really go back into like, whoa, let's just like consider that option for a moment as part of our truth. So what you want to do now into Saturday is really tune into like your womb. And that's carries the ancient memories, right? And at the cellular level, your DNA also is connected to those ancient ancestors that knew the truth. So what we want to do is just connect deeper into that and go into the embers and release all those things, like Irma was saying, that interfere with your sovereignty. Because the new moon in Leo cycle, the moon is about connecting to the power of your joy. And when you do that inner sun child, that's a vibration closer to what sovereignty actually feels like. Your joy, your love, your heart chakra, your third eye, it keeps opening those doorways as a direct connection to source. And that's where you'll realize, wow, I don't need anything, and I don't need to externalize myself to get validation or find confidence or self-esteem. All that's within me. And then like all the structures, like in the muggle, like Irma likes to say, the muggle world, they start falling apart because you are a sovereign being. You don't need anything out there because you have everything in here. So all those structures that have been set up more as like, ways to control or belittle or depress your power start not getting any of your energy. You're not engaging with it at all because you're engaging with your own personal sovereignty, your I am present, your heart chakra, your love instead of fear or worry. And then all those things out there can't exist without your attention on them. So you take your attention off and you put it in here, and where your real power, your real joy is, right? Then all that other stuff can't exist because it only exists because your attention's on it, right? So let's take our attention back and put it on the crown that sits on our heads. And we realize that when we're connected direct to source, we have access to everything you need. And it's going to come in the form of love and abundance and honoring and gratitude and happiness and your inner child. So basically be out there skipping rope and doing all the things you like to do as a kid. If you like Monopoly, play rounds of Monopoly, something that gets your attention on what it is that you love about you. So that's my take on the moon so
beautiful.
far.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I have a question for you. So talking about 29, about Lilith at 29, was that 29 Capricorn? And now she's where?
She just slipped over and rebirthed herself into the future. She's in Aquarius at 0 degrees, right with Mars retrograde. And she'll be there. They'll both be 0 degrees on the full moon, on the new moon Saturday.
Okay.
That's the cosmic speedball. Talk about primal power.
I so needed that information. That is such powerful information. And that's amazing. Thank you. And think about her being at 29. For the astrologers in the crowd, that's the erratic degree. This is the critical degree. This is like, right? Yes. This is the storehouse of knowledge. This is where 1 to 30, right? All the signs have 1 to 30. So when somebody's at 29, how many of us are going to catch on fire?
Catch on fire, right? We're going to be catching this.
It's a good idea. So when somebody 29th degree, it not only are you like, you're recalling, you're kind of reviewing everything. But then again, you're kind of, before you get into this new energy, which is Aquarius energy, right? It's Uranus, it's the future, it's the genius, it's all this beautiful Uranian stuff, and it's out of the blue. About what you were saying, another little tie on about power and about not paying attention to things and about coming back here, sovereignty with the love and the I am. And I just was talking about, as you know, in my group, I did a teaching on Uranus in Taurus. And how, when we've got Uranus retrograde, this is one of those things where it could be a little scary, but any kind of security things that people are holding on to that are ultimately negative for them or limiting for them, wrote about it that, a good example is maybe you get booted out of a job that has been like sucking the life force out of you. That's a good example. It can come in different ways, but this is one of those things where it's really important to just kind of know that the universe has our back.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, like it's gonna be a test of faith. But when you're connected more to your joy rather than to the fear, faith is a lot easier.
Absolutely.
And right. And then you're gonna also, when joy is attractive. So when you're in your joy, you're also gonna attract more people who want to vibe with you.
Beautiful.
And so then that's another layer of being able to walk more in faith when you have others walking with faith with you. So you can look to them like when they have more strength. And you can go, oh, thank you, you're helping me today. And then you'll have more strength and they can look to you and they'll say, thank you for helping. Luna! Cosmic Kitty! Hello, baby!
Put me down, I'm over it. Okay, well, she's
like, I'm over it. She came in for the lion being energy to say hello. The ambassador.
The other thing I just got to add is I got this, I can't remember him now, sorry, no sleep. It'll come to me later. But the thing about pronoia as opposed to paranoia, when you
Rob Resney.
Right, when you're in pronoia, it is everything is conspiring in your favor, which is something that Rumi said also, right? It's the opposite, and it's resting in love as opposed to fear. Like, why is this always happening to me? When you're in pronoia, it's like there's a higher purpose to what's happening right now, and maybe I can't see it. And like you said, when you kind of, maybe you can't, if you can't vibrate all the way to joy and celebration, if you can just kind of get in that middle place, like, I'm not going to judge this a lot right now, right? I'm not going to get into like a victim trip. I'm not going to make myself wrong. I'm not going to do the blame game. I'm just going to sit here and go, right now, maybe I don't understand what's happening, but I'm going to rest in the fact that the universe has my back. And I'm being guided to share that because somebody out there, that applies to somebody out there. And I'll probably see who it is on the thread later, because that's kind of how I operate. Yeah. So what else can we share? I'm just trying to think about about new moon. I'm doing an event in the Emporium. It is a paid event. I have a sliding scale. Tickets are $11 and $22. I will reshare the link to join the Emporium. This is also where I sell my crystals and skulls and all the fun stuff. Shit, let's see. Do you have? Oh, yay!
I love my Bright Star Emporium
Look
skulls.
at those. She has.
Aren't these the best?
We have the most amazing story, because just to let you guys know, celestite skulls are incredibly expensive. And it was like, they're very rare and hard to get. And I know we love you. We got that one at a very affordable price, and it's a beautiful piece because she was supposed to have it.
Yeah, I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God, the universe has my back.
I was like, here you go, Goddess Shannon. Here's your celestite. Very high vibe, it very much connects to the higher realms. I know. Thank you for showing that. Isn't that beautiful?
You're welcome. She's always with me. It's like when I'm at work. But one of the things remember the article you shared, and they talked about the cerebellum chakra. So I'm just going to use the skull as an anatomically correct. But so you go to the back where the base of your skull hits your neck. Right? So right in there, you're going to put some frankincense oil or rose oil, something sacred to you. And that's where fight or flight sits. So that's where, a lot of the power structures that have been put in place to make us fearful of the world and in fear and worry. This is where we could clear it. So just really pay attention to that now during this solar eclipse, because when that's clear and in a state of wellness, then the rest starts going, starts opening up. So I love that with that article you shared.
Oh, good. Thank you for that. Thank you for showing on the skull. That worked out perfect. Another thing that the line being said is they always talk about the importance of water, especially when we've got just what we've got happening here. It's so dry and it's so hot. So on a physical level, we need the water. I was advised to get a fountain inside my house. What if you're having pain?
Smart.
Probably having a release there, Tiffany. Put some, I would take Shannon's advice and put some oil there, and maybe let the water, some nice essential oil, and let the water in the shower, or soak in a bathtub. Okay. We should essential oils for the hairball.
Right. But you're right, Irma. That's from not speaking your truth, but that's from eons, especially women not being able to speak their truth because they've been killed over that. So you can clear a lot of throat stuff.
Absolutely.
Too.
And not only, that's true, not only women, men as well, but also anybody that identifies as a light worker or a seer. I have huge stuff about that. This was years ago when I was in an intuitive development class. It was really powerful. We were doing a tandem exercise. You picked a person and worked with them. And we both saw this lifetime where I literally was in a dungeon. And really scary. And really, I kind of just froze up. And we got it off of me. It was so interesting because I was reading, and speaking of that, and I felt like there was always something in my way. And not only, in my case, the veil wasn't on my throat, it was on my third eye, because I had a fear of seeing, because I had association of, oh, if I see this stuff they don't want me to see, they're going to put me in the dungeon again.
Right.
Awful.
Right.
No one wants to be in the dungeon. So I'm sharing this because this is the kind of things that can come up in a Stargate. This is one of the benefits of a Stargate is it's almost like doing work with somebody like me or Shannon or someone that is an energetic facilitator that has the ability to go in and look and see what's going on. Well, the vibration is so high right now that if you hook into it through your intention, right, if you would like to see this, then there are these really beautiful high beings that are around us right now that are willing to give you that information and to help you clear it. Okay. So I say it's kind of like a free IET or a free Reiki session is available to you because you can, I mean, we can always be our own facilitator, but you know, granted, if we're really eyeball deep in something, it's harder to do. I mean, granted for anybody. Yeah. But right now, you can really be your own facilitator. This is another way that this sovereign energy is playing out, right? Remember, it's all us. But these beings they're so generous and beautiful, as you can imagine lion beings would be. Very real, right. Very loving. But at the same time, what is it? You know, do no harm, but take no shit. You know, like that's...
Yeah, don't be a doormat. You can be loving.
Yeah, they're very loving, but it's like they're very formidable. You know, these beings are very formidable. So, but they are willing and so happy to help us right now. This has always been the message that I've been getting from them all of these years that I've been communicating with them. And like I said, I've been bringing through, I think there's probably 5 or 6 messages that have come through since Sunday. And again, they're at the Cosmic Love and Wisdom page. I'll share that link again. So yes, you know, people have asked, how do I receive? Your intention is everything, as my teacher used to say. Intention is everything, especially now. Another thing I'm being guided to share with you folks is this is a really great time to stay out of drama, to stay out of your own drama, to stay out of other people's drama, because there is drama in Leo season. You could
drama queen,
you know,
and kings.
But at the same time, this high energy, right? This high level of that Leo energy is the king and queen, right? Shannon, it's just this beautiful, you know, it's beaming love, it's radiant, it's happy and fun. So what Shannon was saying was absolutely right. Find what lights you up. You know, what makes you happy. Like she said, you want to play games you liked as a kid. With my case, it's a little bit too much non-dairy ice cream, but
ice cream brings you joy. That's so sweet.
It does. It brings me joy, but it also makes me bigger. But anyway, okay. So my question for the wizardess: what can people between now? Okay, we obviously are going into the dark of the moon. And you spoke a little bit about that. I've shared about that. This is a time to go deeply inward, right? And you're saying we're going to be, you know, pondering that last cycle that goes all the way back to July, I believe, 12th, you said. So what is something else that we can do? Because the lion beings told us about seeding, right? New moons are about seeding new things. What, in your take, makes a new moon with a eclipse different than a regular new moon? What could you tell us about that?
Awesome. Okay. Well, with an eclipse, you have an ending. So you know how new moons are beginnings, like seeding your intentions, starting new cycles. But with an eclipse, you get this extra offering to close something, like really go, okay, I'm going to compress all these files down. It is closed and complete. I'm putting it on the shelf of my Akashic library for, you know, as part of my experiences. And before you close it, you know, instead of, because sometimes it's easy, we just want to go, oh, I want to be done with it and push it away, right? But we want to say, hey, wait a minute, there's gold in them there hills, right? We want to make sure we get the gifts of why did all that stuff happen, and what if anything, can I learn from it? Can I use it as like a teaching tool for someone else? Can I share about it? What can I receive of it so that could be the final ending? Because then it doesn't sneak back around in your life and go, I'm back. I have actually more to teach you and help you with. But we see it as so much like, oh no, this pattern again. I'm so over it. But we get, okay, let's just go ahead and say what, can both exist? Can my healing from it exist? Can the pain from it exist? Because even like this Cancer moon right now, it's really, there's like Cancer is the crab, right? And imagine these crab claws. If you ever seen a crab claw, it latches on and it's a vice. You cannot pry that sucker open. Man, it is on for life. Right? You can't get that crab off, right? So what will it take for the crab claw to open and then see the salt in the wound and let the wind come to blow it away? I thought that was the most beautiful image. Wasn't that gorgeous?
I am blown away.
So isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So when we hold on tight to something like deeply, deeply painful that either happened to us, happened in many lifetimes, happened in our family, happens in the world, what can we do? Like the magic is the forgiveness, but first you have to honor the pain. Because that's the one thing with the Cancer, like when knowing your Cancer friends, sometimes they just want you to go, oh, man, that totally sucks. And then they're like, oh, you know how I feel. Now I can let it go. But if somebody comes along and says, oh, you really need to get over that. And, oh, it's not that bad. A Cancer person will go, I'm going to hold on to it till Tummy says that sucks. Right? So all you have to do with yourself now going into this eclipse, so you can have that opportunity to really shift a program and change a cycle and end it, but end it with love and getting all the gold that's from it so you can put it on the shelf as this amazing journey of your soul path, right? So you can come in and go, I'm going to honor the pain. And if I need someone to like reach out to me to tell me, gosh, Shannon, gosh, Irma, that really sucks. I'm so sorry that happened. Then what happens is the pain gets seen, acknowledged, honored, and then the crab claws can open, and then the forgiveness is the wind that blows the salt away. So that's even a nice meditation. So that's what I would suggest.
Thank you. I got a couple things. When you were talking about compressing, I got the image of like the cosmic zip drive.
I love it.
That's good, right?
Awesome.
Good. Yes. The other thing I love that about the claws. That's so true about when we're locked into something. And what you said about acknowledgement, and I've shared this before in some of my other teachings and videos, but this thing about what it's called feeding the tree, and where it's about witnessing, right? And if you say it to one person, and like you said, this is exactly a beautiful, example of that. When you said, that really sucks, and like you really were present with it, and you didn't judge, you just heard the person, like you just sit in non-judgment and compassion, and you listen to it. That magical. Yeah. There's something incredibly magical about that. And I've experienced that through my years of the facilitation work that I do for other people. And it's one of those things. I'm grateful for the opportunity to practice compassion and non-judgment because I've gotten better at it. And I appreciate that. There's something really, I think that it's very simple, but it's very profound. So just to witness, if someone needs to get it off their chest, if they need to have someone hear it, that means you just hear it. They call it compassionate listening, right? You don't take it apart or judge it or say anything like that, because there's See, right, Jennifer is saying validation is powerful. And a lot of the problems that in the world and individually is because people did not receive this validation, right? Or they received the opposite of it, which is minimization and judgment. So I feel like this is why the Lionsgate is always so potent, especially for people that identify as empaths and light workers, because we know this, right? I wrote a couple books on it. We to put other people before ourselves. Of course, service is great, but again, you can't do it from an empty cup. All of those analogies, they're all true, right? So this is, I think that there's the shadow of the Leo energy, which gets kind of depicted, maybe more than it should, but it's self, could be shown as being very self-centered, like it's about me. Yeah. Well, for some people that it's been all about everybody else their whole life, a dose of that energy is powerful medicine, right? Because if it's been all about out there and all about you guys and all about my joke about running after people with dustpans.
You got the best jokes.
Thank you. Yeah, those keepers are funny. like that whole, like they have this image of like me as Cinderella, like running after people with dustpans. And then it's interesting because then when I cleared that for myself, and then I kind of was recognizing like, oh, they're running after people with dustpans. And again, not judgment because I've been there, done that.
Right. Oh yeah. You're a healer. You've been like trying to fix and heal everybody your whole life.
I mean, a lot of us, have been in, we're making people spit coffee, Shannon.
Love it. Be careful.
That there's that one gif of the woman laughing and she's spitting coffee, and Patty, my buddy, we send each other that because we make each other laugh. It's all about laughing. Well, I'm gonna wrap pretty soon, but I wanted to just give a little plug. Lunar Ladies Lifestyle Group for Shannon Murray. Of course, I'm at Cosmic Weather. I have the Cosmic Weather members group, and membership in my group starts at just $22 a month for full access. So if you guys are interested in that, we'd love to have you. Another thing we've got going on, like I said, I am doing a Syrian new moon activation in the Bright Star Emporium. Shannon's going to be there. Yay.
I'm going to be there. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Just to let you know a little bit about what I do. I started facilitating these group Akashic events, I think, in about 2009. There's something that's kind of developed over time, but I have developed the ability to create a record for us, and we kind of travel together in higher dimensions, and they're very powerful. They've been very powerful over the years. Shannon is amazing. I agree.
Aww,
we love you too. So, just real quick, what can you do to utilize this energy? Meditate, rest, go within, be kind to your inner child, right? Make some time for playing. Would you like to add anything else, my lovely friend?
I would, honor, if you have pain, honor it. Get some help with if you need to get a witness. Can I get a witness? Get a witness so that you can allow the energy to start to move and use this eclipse to get the gifts so that you can really end a cycle of either self-undoing, self-sabotage, because Leo says, come on out and play. We're starting new cycles about your joy, because that's going to lead you to your sovereignty, which is where all your power is moving into the future. So we really want to be dancing on, walking down the yellow brick road. We don't want to be like dark night of the soul anymore. We're ready to go play in the new earth. So let's do it.
I got this one thing to share, something I just read. There's an extra, and this is perfect to do while the moon is still in Cancer, because Shannon was talking about how it has to do with ancestral stuff, right? It has to do with it's a very deep thing. And so we're clearing before we get to the party time, the celebration of Leo. We're in deep energy. So what I got was, I just read this. There's I think it's a Qigong exercise where you just stand in that one stance. It's like a horse stance with your legs apart and your knees slightly bent, right? And you're nice and grounded on planet Earth. And you take your hands and you're going to be putting them right, like this. And you're going to put them right at the second chakra, at your pubic bone area. This is for everybody, but especially for women, right? So you're just going to be intending that all of this healing energy flows through your womb, flows through your second chakra, whatever needs to. And also, it's very important that use this intention. Whatever leaves is going to leave us in what the Native Americans call the beauty way, or the gentlest way possible. It's important that we intend that we do this gently, right? Because these are very, very powerful. Okay, can I do a quick clearing? I'm doing work on Saturday, so if anybody would like to,
the clearing on Saturday. I think
very little awesome. Last night, so I'm not doing energy work today, but I will be very rested for new moon on Saturday. So, and that, like I said, that is a paid event, but I do have a sliding scale. Nobody's turned away if funds are an issue. So let me know about that. That's in Emporium. Again, all these links I'm going to share. Thank you so much for being here. As always, Shannon, love you. You're the best.
Love you too. Thank you. Happy Lionsgate. This was so fun.
Happy Champagne Planet. Cheers.
Yay! Exactly.
Day. And I will go and read this thread and respond as I can. So, namaste.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.